and welcome. I am Nicole Arrington coming to you from Helen, Montana with Big Sky Cards. Today I am here to show you how to make a step card. So something that looks like this. Okay. That we will turn into an adorable rainbow St. Patrick's Day card. So I am going to use oval occasions and some other items in the catalog to make this card. The first thing I am going to do is I'm going to get out my cut and scoreboard, and I am going to open this up and I'm going to place this. Which one's my cutter? That one's my cutter. Okay, I'm going to place this at 2 3/4. Going to get this in line, and then I'm going to cut at 6 3/4 all the way down to 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and turn this sideways. I'm going to put my cutting tool away because I don't need it. And at 5 1/2, I'm going to bring this down to 2 3/4. And I'm going to just bring my, oops, shoot, that should have been at 4 1/4. Shoot. Well, let's see, 4 1/4. My mistake. We'll put that at the back of the card. Anyway, alright, so you'll have that mark. Next, I am going to worry about the top portion. So the first mark I'm going to make is 1 1/2. Okay, so I'll score at 1 1/2, and then I'll score at 2, and I will score only down to 2 3/4. If I go further than that, then I get little marks. Next point I will score at is 3 1/2. Then I will score at 5. And then the last one, I need to pull out my little arm, I will score at is this 6 3/4. Okay, and the trick to a step card is making 2 score lines that are the same. So if you make this one side, then these two always have to be the same, these two always have to be the same in length, and these have to be the same in length. Okay, but now, because we've got those score marks, it should help us, oh, that wasn't a very good score mark, be able to kind of fold this up, kind of like an accordion, and then I will get my bone folder. And give it a nice press down. And there you have your base of a step card. Alright, from here, I thought I would take the shamrock paper that I made. If you want, I will give the link in the description below for how I made the shamrock paper. But I thought I would use that to add to my card. And I'm going to cut this at 2 1/2. And adhere that to my card. I will get out my multi-purpose glue. Ooh. This is an older bottle. This is not the bottle I want. I think that one's just permanently stuck. Alright, there we go. Ooh, I'm really running low. Alright, so I'm just going to use my fine tip bottle with the Stampin' Up! Multi-Purpose glue stuffed in it. And just glue this on the card. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside for a moment. I went ahead and pre-die cut a piece of basic white cardstock, and that comes from these labels. I used this die right here from the label Stitch Shape Dies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamp that says "So Lucky to Know You," and I am going ahead and going to stamp that in the middle of my card with my Memento Tuxedo Black. Alright, I'll set that aside. And then, let me clean the stamp off. And then I thought I would put some green florals around it. So let me get that out. Peel this off. And I will say, just don't totally squish this all the way back onto the other one because it is sticky on both sides. And they're going to come apart. I did that once and I got so lucky that they kind of came apart. But that adhesive stick now on the stamps. So how am I going to do this? And what color should I do it in? Since my card is in Garden Green, I think I'll go with Granny Apple. Change up the color a little. Just give it a nice little light floral. Floral detail. And I will put that away. Let me clean my stamp. Okay. And typically I would center this when I glue this on, but I'm going to push this over to the side and you will see why here in a bit. And let me get the Granny Apple. I think I'm going to color those little, these little flowers. All right. Put that away. Next is the part I was dreaming about this last night, let me tell you. I am going to get a pot of gold going. And here's my piece of basic black cardstock. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2-inch punch, 2-inch circle punch, and I'm going to place it, maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up around the edge and punch it out. And that is going to be my pot for my pot of gold. But, so I'm just going to place it where I think roughly it's going to go. And I think it's going to go right there. And I'm going to get a pencil. There we go. There's a good little pencil. And so let's see, pot of gold. And I'm going to very, very lightly put a pencil mark right across there. So right there. I did that very lightly in case we need to A, erase it, or B, well, hopefully we're just going to cover it up. So what I'm going to do is I have strips of cardstock, 1/4 inch in length, and I am going to make a rainbow with them. This is what I was dreaming about, was rainbows last night. Forget the rest. But, so I'm going to take my 1/4 inch piece of real red, and I'm going to go to the edge of that pencil mark, and I'm going to go up to the top of there. And I'm going to do that with every single one of these. Actually, probably from here. So there's my pumpkin pie. And some crushed curry. Oh, well, garden green. I thought I got some granny apple, but I forgot to cut it. I realized I had the same, but then I didn't cut it. Night of Navy. And then last but not least, gorgeous grape. Okay. And so I am going to let my rainbow go all the way up to the top of my card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that through the paper trimmer and cut off at 4 1/4. So I'll be right back. Alright, so there, now I've trimmed that off and it looks quite nice and ready to go. Just waiting for my pot of gold. So see, that covers that really nice. And I've got this lovely, exciting rainbow. But what does every pot of gold have? It has gold. So I'm going to take the heart punch, and it comes in a punch pack right now. It's on the clearance rack. I mean, who could say no to that? And I'm going to punch out a whole bunch of crushed curry hearts. Let's see how they go on. And I am going to put that onto my pot of gold. And the little lumps are gonna act like your gold. Alright, and then the next thing, I'm going to do another layer, because that was just not enough gold. And if I want some more, I'm going to go ahead and punch a few more. I think I want a little bit more, another little layer. One last layer. Couldn't hurt. Oh, look at that. Just bubbling up with gold. All right. Pat it. I mean, this is crushed curry. This isn't gold. So, to make this gold, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. And I am going to paint my Wink of Stella to make it shimmery gold. Alright, so I'm going to squeeze just a teeny amount down. This is doing really good though. I know on a video you cannot see very well, but let me tell you, this lets you make any type of shimmery paper. Let me get in those crevices. Alright, and I will hold this up for you here in just a second, and hopefully you can see some of the shimmer. Oops. So if I... Isn't that awesome? Alright. I also took the Petal Bloom punch and punched it out in basic black. And I was going to show you the Petal Bloom, but obviously I've misplaced it. It's like under the laptop. Well, no, not really. But it just, when I film, I just make a mess. And I thought I would make little feet for the pot of gold to stand up on. So I will go ahead and just kind of attach them. Oops. Okay, so there's one little cauldron foot. Here's a second pot of gold foot. Alright, and now we can go ahead and glue this on. To our rainbow. Alright. Our rainbow leads us to gold. Wouldn't that be so nice? Alright, and then the next thing I was going to do was take take my steps and decorate them in some shamrocks. Alright, so my shamrocks, I've just cut a whole bunch, and they have been cut from the Pretty Perennial dies. So, or Perennial petals. And so, excuse me, these 4 shapes here, they all come from the Perennial dies. And then I've got these 2 shapes, these smaller shapes, and they come from the Arrange the Wreath die set. And they all make gorgeous, gorgeous, I think, stand-in shamrocks. So, I'm going to put in a couple floating one right there. Let me put that one here. that. Oops. Stuck to my finger, and oh, let's get another one right here. And you know what? I think they all need little stems, so I'm going to get the little pretty perennial stamp and kind of attach some stems if I can. So let me get out, let's see how Granny Apple works. I don't think I want that much stem. That's the other thing. What was I thinking? Too much stem. Oh, this one's going to go off, so I can do that. All right. Attach a little bit of a stem underneath. Let me clean off my card. And then this one, so if you watch, I'm only going to ink up half of it. And I will continue to do that to give my little clovers some stems, and this one is going to get a full one. Alright. Check out that magic. So you got a really cool, fun card coming along here with, I mean, come on, a rainbow. Who doesn't love sunshine and rainbows? And there's still room on the back. You can put a white panel back here to write your message. I mean, that is a piece of magic, if you ask me. But yes, if you would like any of the materials I have shown today, I would be happy to be your demonstrator. If you have any questions, you can gladly email me. My email address is bigskycardsnicole@gmail.com. You can check out my website where I will have card packs so that you can make all this without having to cut cardstock. Or you can buy card kits where you will be able to get everything that you need, but adhesive. You will need adhesive, so your own glue, to be able to assemble this. So yes, thank you so much for watching my video, and have a good day. Bye.